Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for your time with us tonight. My name is William, and I am one of the heads, excuse me, one of the heads of AI in AI Singapore. And today we are going to introduce two new open source tools. The first one is on natural language processing. We call it SG NLP. And the second one is on computer vision, and we call it Peking Duck. I have my colleagues with me today, Alan and Jonathan, who will share with you the potential values of SG-NLP to those of us who are dealing with natural language. And then later on, Li-Ping will demonstrate to us how Peking Duck can make our life as computer vision practitioners easier, right? But before we jump into the tools, allow me to set the context by quickly introduce you to AI Singapore. Now, AI Singapore is a national AI program. We were launched back in June 2017. We are funded by the NRF, and our mandate, in a nutshell, is to help Singapore build a healthy AI ecosystem. Right? And we do so by engaging in various activities that can be categorized into the four pillars that you can see on the slide here. Now, the first pillar is AI research, where we conduct basic research in collaboration with professors, scientists in local universities and research institutes. And I think the goal really is to ensure that Singapore remain very relevant in the global landscape of AI competition. The second pillar is AI technology, where we address national level AI challenge, the likes of those that are described in our national AI strategy, which I'm sure many of you have read the document. And we do so by working closely with consortia of industry, government, and academia through various thematic challenges, grant challenges, and other applied research activities. The newest pillar is AI governance, in which we look at the tricky questions related to the ethics of AI and whether or not our AI models are trustworthy. And the last pillar is where the team that is presenting to you today is from. It's called the AI Innovation and Makerspace pillar. Our mandate is very simple. It sounds simple, but it's not simple, right? But it's pretty clear. We need to promote the adoption of AI among local businesses and local organizations. And to do so, we engage industry players in relatively short-term AI industry research projects under the program called 100 Experiments. In 100 Experiments, we provide co-funding to industry players to the tune of about $180,000 to $250,000. But we don't just provide funding, right? Our team actually work with you in the span of 9 to 18 months to build AI minimum viable products. It's called 100 Experiments because we're supposed to deliver at least 100 of such short-term projects. The current goal has been, I think, double or triple, right? But we are at 70 right now, around 70. And as we work closely with the industry players, we perform mapping of some of the recurring AI needs industry face, right? And if we sense any market gap, we try as much as we can to abstract those needs and build open source tools to address those needs, right? So that next time somebody else comes to us with similar problems, at least we can refer them to those open source tools, and hopefully that will help them, right? And the activity of building these open source tools is what the term makerspace in our division name primarily refers to. And I think this is also the right time for me to switch back to our main topics of today, because SG-NLP and Peking Duck are two of our makerspace products. SG-NLP is by nature an aggregator. We consolidate Singapore-built NLP models that are scattered in many places into one place. Right? We package them nicely so that it becomes very accessible to all of us here. Whereas Peking Duck is a new computer vision framework that will simplify and reduce the time to develop new computer vision module.